When 5 years ago Konami, historic Japanese game developer, decided to step away from traditional console gaming in favor of other businesses such as gyms and pachinko, this determined the exodus of some of their most renowned and talented game designers from the studio. Many will remember Kojima leaving the company in 2015 in dramatic fashion, but even before that, in 2014, Koji Garashi, director of Castlevania since the never-forgotten Symphony of the Night, had already stepped away from the company, seeking better fortunes somewhere else. Following numerous requests from his fans to develop a new game in the vein of Castlevania, Koji Garashi in 2015 looked at Kickstarter, launching a crowdfunding campaign destined to be one of the most successful in the history of the platform. With $5.5 million raised from generous backers and given the background of Igarashi himself, both expectations and fears towards Bloodstained reached incredible heights. After 4 years of troubled development, the game is finally here, and I can confidently say that your darkest fears are destined to dissipate as vampires at sunrise. The game takes place in a revisited, darker version of the Industrial Revolution. The Alchemist Guild tried to retain their power by summoning demons through the sacrifice of what they refer to as Shardbinders, humans infused with demonic crystals. The situations quickly became out of hands, with demons ravaging throughout England, until the church was able to finally stop them. Two of the Shardbinders that were supposed to die during the rituals somehow managed to survive. One of them, Jabel, seeking revenge on the survivors of the Alchemist Guild, reopened the gates of hell for the demons, bringing new despair to the world. The other Shardbinder, a girl called Miriam, controlled by the player, just woke up from a mysterious 10 years long slumber and is intent to stop her old friend Jabel and the demons. The game contains several Easter eggs referring to other Castlevania games or other video game series that will definitely bring a smile on the face of the players able to catch them. Bloodstained also makes a conscious effort to have a little bit more lore and plot compared to other Castlevania games, thanks to books scattered around the map and several subquests. But as usual for the genre, the story is pretty simple, doing just enough to set an interesting background for the main protagonist of the game, the action. In the same lineage of the Metroidvania games Igarashi himself contributed to establish, the gameplay of Bloodstained is based on three main mechanics: exploration, combat, and loot. The exploration is extremely rewarding, thanks to great level design and interesting upgrading mechanics that progressively give access to a new area of the map. The usual backtracking that comes with the Metroidvania genre here is made more palatable, thanks to a really well-placed teleportation system scattered around the map that incredibly helps the pacing of the game. The game does a great job avoiding the player being stuck for long periods of time by steering them with a clever system of hints. The satisfaction that comes with the simple traversal of the map in Bloodstained is extremely addictive and will keep you glued to your pad. Combat is extremely responsive, at least on PS4, and offers plenty of variety thanks to the shard system implemented into the game. Miriam can not only be equipped with all sorts of weapons, swords, spears, clubs, guns, and many more, all of them providing an extremely different feel in terms of speed, reach, damage, but as a Shardbinder, upon killing her enemies, Miriam is also capable of absorbing their abilities and use them by spending magic points, similar to the soul system in Castlevania games like Area of Sorrow or Dawn of Sorrow. The combinations of weapon and shards of different types offers the opportunity to the player to experiment and tune the combat to their liking, by focusing on either damage, speed, magic, or defensive abilities. The player can also discover moves that require particular inputs, Half Moon Hadouken-like inputs, and many more, to be performed. And this allows Miriam to unleash extra damage, or parry incoming attacks, or perform other action according to each weapon. This feature will definitely bring to mind certain abilities in Symphony of the Night. The equipment, items, and shards gathered throughout the adventure serve a larger purpose than their immediate utilization. They can also be sold or used for crafting. At the entrance of the castle, the player will find a small hub zone with secondary characters that provide sub-quests, and also serve as shops to either purchase, sell, craft, or dismantle items, weapons, and shards. This feature gives the game a deeper layer of complexity for those who seek it, without feeling necessary or overbearing for any other player. You will be able to beat the game even by completely ignoring those systems, and this is true also because the game feels a bit easier compared to the other Castlevanias or other games in the genre. Bloodstained offers 3 different endings, encouraging replayability and persuading the player to explore more of the map in order to reach a more satisfying conclusion of Miriam's adventure. The soundtrack of the game, by Michiru Yamane, legendary composer of some of the best Castlevania games, is worthy of her reputation. She delightfully carries the player screen by screen with energetic, somber, and sometimes elegant tunes. The only downside regarding the sound of the game is the total absence of soundtrack in certain sections, probably the result of a stylistic choice that I did not particularly enjoy. The game graphics showcase a beautiful art style and rich, varied environments. However, this is probably the weakest aspect of the game, at least on the technical side of things. Some animations, models, and areas are clearly worse than others, giving the game an uneven feel. The frame rate can take serious dips in large sections with multiple enemies on screen, and during certain boss fights. On top of that, during my 14 hours playthrough, the game crashed on me twice, and on another occasion I had to restart due to Miriam being stuck into a falling animation, unable to jump. None of these issues significantly affected my enjoyment of the game, but they are worthy of being mentioned. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is a great game, a worthy successor to Castlevania, despite having some technical issues and not offering any real innovation to the long-established Metroidvania formula. The game is a successful mix of elements previously seen in Symphony of the Night, Area of Sorrow, and Dawn of Sorrow, but this is actually what we asked for. Bloodstained Mighty Number 9 it is not. Castlevania has been resurrected through the darkness of the night, in another form, in another castle to explore, until the next one inevitably pops up to haunt our dreams and delight our senses. Thank you, Iga-san. Mission accomplished. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and consider sharing it with your friends. In the description of this video, you're gonna find the scripted version of the review, and you can also find the details on my Twitch account, where also you can follow all of my Twitch streams. As I always say, be nice, stay safe, and eat pizza. Ciao!